Well, yippee-ki-yay, Musey lovers, and welcome back to Musey's Modern Dreadfuls. And what a fabulous day for you to return, because it is the finale of the fabulous, suspenseful, eerie, and, well, to me, a little bit disturbing story called That's Not Me by Joey Horist. The reason why I say it's disturbing, it features doppelgangers, which are the hot topic this summer and have always freaked me out. So I loved this story the moment I read it. And then after I read it, I finally saw Us, and then I went on this big tangent. And so the timing couldn't be any better. So grab yourself something to drink, get comfy, stay comfy. Grab somebody to cuddle with, but definitely grab beverages. I'm in the middle of a heat wave. I'm assuming you are too, unless you're, I don't know, in Australia or Antarctica or someplace that's cold while I'm hot. Anywho, the finale of That's Not Me by Joey Horist in 5, 4, 3, 2. Dr. Shepard put down her notepad. There was nothing else to say. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk through all of this with me, David, she said. I think we're really making progress. How so? He asked. Well, she explained. To start, I think your grasp on reality has gotten better. What are you talking about? Do you remember the last time we went through this story? He sat up in his chair and pondered the question. Come to think of it, none of his sessions had been very memorable. Dr. Shepard continued. The last time you told me this story, the other you played a much more significant role. Now he was just waving goodbye. Don't be ridiculous, David shouted. I've been nothing if not consistent with you. They all said they've seen me in there before, able to walk. If I could just see the damned security tape from the store, I could prove it to you. To everyone. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think there's something you need to see now. She retrieved a remote from her desk and started up what looked like an old home movie. What's this? David asked as he focused his attention on the screen. The police released the security footage from the store, David, she explained. I think this is crucial to your therapy. You really believe there is a second version of you running the streets. Okay, prove it and point him out. David thoroughly gawked at the screen ahead of him. He had expected to see just the scooter incident, but there was so much more. It was like he was peering into the memories of someone, but they were not his. There it was again, irrefutable proof in black and white footage of him in the store and outside in the parking lot. The tape had everything from him walking perfectly inside and out of the store, not even with a cane, and in some other footage, he could see himself arguing with other customers. And in one instance, from the parking lot footage, even keying a car. But he remembered none of this. The date on the last bit of footage flashed across the screen. He remembered this crystal clear. This is when he got escorted out for knocking the old lady down with the store's scooter. And the footage had a perfect view of all the register. Here it came, the moment of truth. This was what he needed to exonerate himself of any wrongdoing. Right there! Don't you see him? David jumped up and pressed his finger into the glass screen. Dr. Shepard paused the video. Right there! Another me! He squinted his eyes for a closer look. The ancient VHS tape flickered in and out of focus. What? David's jaw could have crashed right to the floor if muscle and bone had not supported it. On the tape before him was nothing more than an empty checkout line. Dr. Shepard helped him back to his chair. Don't you see now? It's just you. It always has been. He had no words left in him. He thought for sure this was it, that he could finally get the exoneration he craved. He wanted to believe so badly that there was another explanation. Maybe there was another him, or maybe this was all one elaborate prank. He wept, and the doctor handed him a box of tissues. We need to stop now, because this is a lot to process. I understand how hard and scary this must be for you, but I want you to know how proud I am of you, David. These tears are telling me you're ready to accept reality for what it is, and the real healing can begin. He still refused to talk. Okay, now I want you to double your Abilify. Firstly, I'll see you again next Tuesday. And after a month, let's see what happens. Do you understand? The most he could do was nod his head. He got up and turned to walk out of the office, leaving his cane. He didn't need or want it anymore. Outside of Dr. Shepard's office, David sat in his car trying to process his latest discovery. The rain beating down on his car perfectly matched his emotional state. The car pulled away, but he noticed that there was a silhouette of a man in his back seat. He slammed on the brakes. The silhouette leaned forward, revealing a face. David's face. The two locked eyes in the rearview mirror. Enough of this. David pushed through his anger and anxiety. Who are you? And for the first time, the other man spoke. The other half of you. Thinking quick, David locked his doors and threw the car into drive. The man flew back into the seat and struggled to climb up from the back. He was just about to grab the steering wheel from David when he slammed on his brakes as hard as he could, sending the double flying up and through the windshield. How could anyone deny this? A broken windshield and a body to go with it. The double laid out on the street, flat as a board for a few seconds. With all the vigor of a dead bird, the man staggered back up to his feet and limped away. It all happened before David could realize what was taking place. First, the sound of a droning horn, and then the sight of a body flying through the air as another car passing struck it. Suddenly, the view had all changed for David. He didn't know who he was or where he was anymore. One moment, he was in his car, watching his mirror image fly through the windshield, and now he was face down on the street, eviscerated by shards of glass and concrete that had torn into his skin. Blood had shot from his mouth like a fountain, and his vision grew blurry. Before he lost consciousness, he could faintly hear the other driver. "Oh my God, man. What were you doing? You came out of nowhere. Don't you wear a seatbelt?" Everything went black. Approximately 1 week later, there was a memorial service in David's memory with Allison, Dr. Shepard, and a few others in attendance. At the end of the service, the priest said a few words on David's behalf. And now we say goodbye to this brave young man who, after years of dealing with schizophrenia, may now rest easy in the long arms of our Lord. May he rest in peace. As the priest spoke, those in attendance whispered back and forth, discussing David and the many ways they knew him. He was such a fun guy to go out with, loved to eat. The guy always was ready to buy a round of drinks and get the party started. A little dramatic at times, don't you think? Maybe a little harsh sometimes. But that was him. The end. And with that, we've reached the finale of That's Not Me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed reading it the first time, and then simultaneously watching us after I'd already begun it and going, wow. You know, the synchronicity was just perfect. So I knew this had to launch into a very short mini-series. I hope you enjoyed. And we have some exciting things coming up on the channel. This one is going to be mainly stories. A lot of them will be fiction. I'll share some non-fiction, real-life scary stories. And if you are one of my subs and you want to share either a story that you have created yourself or something eerie that happened to you and you want me to share it with the world or the channel, and eventually more and more people will subscribe. My other channel has about 100 people. This one will build, but we're starting from scratch, leaving this story time. And I don't know, I might add some vlogs and whatnot. We'll see. In the meantime, you get to discover with me. If you subscribe, hit like, and follow me on my social medias. And the other channel is more family fun sort of stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, be back. I do twice weekly voice acting, narrations, what have you. And I will see you then. In the meantime, I hope you have a fabulous week, evening, morning, life, journey, etc. And be sure to come visit us again very soon, because twice weekly, you'll get either a whole story or a short series, and it will be awesome. So, see you then. Bye now.